But hello everyone, and welcome to Chicks with Crits. I am your wondrous DM, Cheyenne, and with me today we have the illuminating Katie.
Ha! I'm Everest!
Also with me we have the effervescent
Hear that, babe? You're effervescent.
Caitlin.
I will be playing Iron Mesh.
And with me we have the sparkling Alicia.
Hello, I'll be playing
Baracas. And of course we have the shining Megan.
And I shall be playing your spiritual liege, Gil.
And of course we have the bubbly Aquila.
Bubbly. How much do you think I've got today? I'm Aquila and I'll be playing Red, the dramatic human. And I don't know who's bubbly around here because I don't think I'm the one with the bubbles.
It's me!
That I believe.
Yeah, boy.
Likewise.
Damn it, Katie.
Again, I sincerely think we need to say your name once in normal so they can understand what you're saying.
You and your dad.
Okay, guys. Baracas.
There we go.
Baracas.
Did you know in Harry Potter Sidetrack, that's why she wrote Hermione's name in the 4th book? I'm sorry.
Jesus, Katie. Anyways,
Anyway.
welcome to Chicks with Crits presenting the sun, the moon, and what falls between. Let's begin. You have found yourselves in the capital city, Hurbst, wandering around the castle town. Today, there's going to be a party for the king's two heirs, the Princess Luna and the Prince Sol. There's large crowds wandering through the city, many people around from far and wide, which is perfect for you, Emrys, leader of the Fenris.
Dem's my boys.
A group of thieves wandering through the towns and cities of the Western continents. During these festivities, it is absolutely perfect time for you to set up as many little traps as you can to get as much gold as you can. Whether it's from your tiefling friend Helena singing, your elf friend Regris playing music, or the wonderful Iron Mesh tantalizing the crowds with her dancing.
Word.
You set up the situations and quickly go through the crowd with your wonderful husband Tristan. It's easy pickings. So, what are you two doing now?
Tristan and I?
Yes. What plans do you have right now?
Well, we've got a few places where people will trip, and as we're helping them up, we will sneak some purses out of their pockets. Got a few of those, and got Tristan, well, Iron Mesh is dancing, sneaking around getting in those pockets, too. Yup.
And certainly, Iron Mesh, you are dancing. You're dancing beautifully. Or at least you think you are. I'd like you to make an acrobatics check / performance.
Okay. I'll hold this for you, babe.
Thanks. Well, off to a bad start with a 2. But I guess it'd be athletics and performance.
Whichever one works best.
I guess 5 for performance.
Emrys, you look on to Iron Mesh.
Can I be doing the chicken dance?
That's what it looks like you're doing. I mean, she told you she was going to be doing some kind of set from Swan Lake. Less like a swan, more like a chicken. Just like in the background. Just going hard.
Relax.
Definitely causing a spectacle of herself. You know, normally she has more room. But then again, Goliath in a huge crowd. Sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes things go very wrong.
I'm trying my best here.
I feel like I should probably go and offer a distraction to relieve my friend of her, less than perfect performance. So I pull out my pink sparkly recorder, see if we can do some, musical distractions here.
Alright, make a performance check.
Performance. Come on, baby. I got a 20, but not natural.
Iron Mesh, distracted by your wonderful chicken dancing, you I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
12.
You begin to hear a lovely little tune playing in the distance, and you see you see Emrys playing the song, and you decide to change from your chicken swan dance, and it begins to get a little bit better, and the people they've stopped watching a disaster and are beginning to watch a beautiful dance.
Finally.
And in the background, you see Tristan wink at you and start to run through the crowd, placing around some ropes and little things that people could start tripping over. And as you continue to dance, Iron Mesh, you're slowly, people are starting to back up, giving you more room as your dance begins to get a little bit more elaborate, throwing out some arms and maybe a couple kick flips. Dancing is very broad spectrum for you. And the people do begin to fall over, and I would like you, Emrys, to make a sleight of hand check.
I got an 8.
As you go to help over a rather elderly woman who has fallen over to the ground and slowly reach into her bag. So as you're reaching into the old woman's pocket, she kind of screeches and slaps you. She's like, "Fresh young man!" Slaps you across the face. She thought that you grabbed her ass.
No, sorry, I'm gay.
I don't care. The old woman gets up and just kind of runs off, really angrily. And, you see Tristan just kind of shaking his head. And you see another person fall over. I'd like you to, once again, try and make a sleight of hand check.
Well, that's a 19 plus, I think, a 6, so 25.
You quickly rush over to the young man who's fallen over, and without, even trying, you quickly grab his wallet and everything and just
Yep.
waltz away rather quickly. And I would like you, Iron Mesh, to make another performance check.
Okay. 15.
15. You're starting to get better and better. You turn and you look and you see, Helena, your tiefling friend in the crowd. You look over to her, extend your arms, and as she's singing her song, she begins to dance around with you as well, and more people are starting to gather, fall over. It seems to be a very interesting area, and the music that Regris has going, he's playing pretty loud, but he kind of stops. He's starting to stop, and he's slowly spinning around you, Iron Mesh, and just kind of whispers, "I think some of the guards are beginning to come over here. I think we need to make our escape.
Okay, it's time to disperse.
Time to disperse." And with that, Regris quits his playing. "Thank you all for coming out here. It's a wonderful day. We're just gonna head on out." And he quickly grabs a cap that was on the ground where people were throwing gold for you, and with a quick howl, he runs off into the crowd, barreling away with his spoils for the day. Heading back towards the inn, the abandoned inn. It's an abandoned shack, kind of on the edge of town, headed back towards there. Emrys, Iron Mesh, what are you guys going to do? You see, there's, a couple guards starting to come towards the crowd, calling out, they're wondering why people are starting to fall over, kind of wondering what's going on. You see one of the guards kind of fall over right in front of you, Emrys.
I'm going to try and pickpocket him.
I would like you to roll a sleight of hand check.
14, 20, but not natural.
You do see that he's got a small satchel on his side, and you do grab it and begin to run off. You quickly kind of hand it off to Tristan, and and he gives you a quick little wink as he himself begins to run towards the edge of town. And actually, Iron Mesh, I want you. What do I want you to do? I want you to make a performance check. You've kind of lost yourself in the music.
17.
So you're dancing even harder than before. You kind of don't realize that the guards are beginning to come in. And, like, you were straight up told by Regris that they're coming. Helena stopped singing. The music has stopped, but not in your heart.
The music never stops in my heart, baby.
No, you continue to dance, and as you do, you see Emrys.
Ow!
And you're like, ow, baby, ow! And you just, like, kind of, like, continue, like, to dance. You're kind of, like, hip thrusting towards Emrys. It's like, come on and dance with me. Yeah! And Emrys is just staring at you.
Okay. I'm gonna do an acrobatics check to get up on my relaxy-taxy shoulders.
For sure. You can
And
certainly
then we
try.
can try a surprise. 14 plus my acrobatics, so 20, but not natural.
Yeah, with a quick front flip, like hand spring, you suddenly have a gnome standing on your shoulder. Like, straight up standing, kind of leaning on top of your head.
We've done this a lot.
Oh, yes.
Want to surprise one of the guards?
Let's do it.
Excuse me, you're causing a disruption in the area. What are you guys doing? And what do you do in this moment?
Shall we scream it in 3, 2, 1?
No, because I don't think this counts as our stealth attack, because we're out in the open. But I feel like you can still throw me.
Sure. I'll throw you at their face.
Can I borrow a dagger?
Fine.
Cool.
You can take Odette.
Cool.
The guard is kind of standing in shock as like this giant woman, this Goliath, pulls out a dagger, hands it over to the gnome, and the gnome just looks at the guard as the Goliath slowly picks up the gnome. I'd like you to make a strength check.
19.
19. You launch the gnome at this unsuspecting guard. He's basically just a traffic cop. You're about to ruin his day.
Even better.
With the dagger between my teeth, not in my hand,
Oh, right.
I'm gonna die. Roll new character first go.
Not even out of the prologue.
Am I rolling acrobatics?
Yes.
8 plus 6 is 14.
At advantage, I'll say. So 14.
12 plus is 18. 18.
18, yeah, no, this hit is successful. So, giant Goliath woman picking up this gnome with a sly smirk on their face, putting a blade in their mouth, smiling at this guard, and fucking wham! Shut a surprise! This guard is knocked the fuck over. A little cut across his face as he, like, falls to the ground and screams. People begin to scream and yell. They're scattering.
Is there a bottle nearby that I can grab?
Make a perception check.
Perception again.
Oh, I don't fucking know. You got a fucked up sheet.
You could even use passive, honestly.
Could.
Just means you wouldn't count your roll.
Wisdom? Is that a wisdom?
Oh, I
Should be a
see.
wisdom mod.
So 10.
You might want to.
Now you notice that there's a couple bottles on the ground from that people have dropped, and there's some kind of trash going around.
I grab a bottle, I smash it on the ground, and scream, SCATTER!
I want you to make an intimidation check.
Oh, baby, yes. 21.
21. Yeah, the people around you, they're already screaming at the fact that you threw this gnome at the guard, but now they're fucking sprinting away from you. And you're still kind of on top of the guard, Emrys. Are you just, like, shaking your face like a fucking dog all over this poor man?
No, I'm going to gently caress his cheek and stay down or it'll be worse next time. Grab his coin purse and run off.
That's not even a sleight of hand. She's just outright doing that one.
Stop in the name of Hurbst! Oh, my face! Damn it.
throwing purse back.
He's like at the guard. He's kind of crying now, and the people are, like continuing to run. At first, they were scattering, but now you've noticed that people are actually just running around. At first they scattered. Now they're kind of headed back. They're actually more like they're headed kind of out of town towards where you guys' abandoned shack was. You notice, like, you had caused a slight panic. You can hear screaming in the distance.
Let's go fucking figure out what it is.
Alright.
And you notice that there's some smoke going around. And you guys, as you begin to run back towards where your hideout is, an ogre steps in front of the road. I want you guys to make a perception check.
6. 10. We gotta suck.
Good team we making.
Oh, yes.
Can we roll advantage because we're friends and we can read off of each other?
No. You guys don't really notice this, I guess. You just see, like, the ogre standing there, and it looks like he's got some kind of funky thing in his hand. And I want you guys to actually make dexterity checks at disadvantage.
8 plus. What'd you say? Dexterity, sorry?
Dexterity saving throws.
15.
Also 15. 14, I lied.
He throws this strange white orb at you. You both manage to dodge out of the way, but sadly, right behind you, the guard, still on the ground crying, is hit with this orb. And you expected some kind of carnage as you look at him, but he's frozen in a sobbing position. And then you actually kind of notice around, like with a quick look, you see there's other people that are frozen. They look like they're running away. It looks like there's a woman crouching, holding her child, like on the ground. They seem to be frozen, like around. And then you look back at this ogre, and it has another white ball in its hand. What are you guys going to do?
Defend the town.
I want to check and see if I can get gold off of these frozen bodies.
No!
They're surrounded in orbs.
Guess we're gonna defend the town.
It's the honorable thing to do.
It's the honorable thing to do.
And with that, I want you guys to make another dexterity saving throw.
19.
In a moment of panic,
1.
Emrys, you think of Tristan, and holy shit, he'd probably be smushed. A smear on the road by this giant ogre in front of you. And with that, the world goes black for you. You, Iron Mesh, you look towards Emrys, and you see a quick look of panic on his face, and all of a sudden he's enveloped, frozen in white with a look of panic. What do you do? You've managed to jump out of the way, but what do you do? The ogre's standing there, advancing towards you, another white orb in his hand.
Are there any people from my party still around?
Note when they stopped singing, Regris and Helena headed back towards the base, along with Tristan.
Do we have a signal to call people back?
The howl.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will howl then as loud as I can.
No, do it.
And try to signal everyone back.
And as you let out that howl, everything goes black. Everything is black. And then, Emrys, you're thinking, Tristan! I gotta go find Tristan! And you begin to take a few steps, and then you kind of wobble and fall, like your legs kind of feel like jelly in the knees. And then you look up, and you see a giant Goliath that's about to fall onto you. Iron Mesh, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw, along with you, my little friend.
I'm not little.
22.
No.
You need to put those in jail.
10.
10. You managed to roll out of the way, and Iron Mesh, you happen to notice, like, your friend as you're beginning to fall over, and manage to get out of her way and not smush her into jelly. Him, I'm sorry. Managed to not smush him into jelly. And, like, as you wake up, you start to hear, like soft, like, murmuring voices around. You hear soft sobbing behind you, and you see there's the guard standing there crying, holding his coin purse. And you see there's, like, the mother and, like, and child, like, whoa, what's going on? And, like, some other frozen people around you. The ogre is completely gone. And I want you guys to roll a perception check.
16.
That one goes to jail as well.
2.
You are still a little bit, your mind is still a little bit weird. You're trying really hard to catch up. But you, Iron Mesh, you're looking around. The last moments you remember, you were in the middle of the day. Like, high noon. The sun was, just up there. Now, it's a lot darker out. It seems that you've missed some time, I guess. The sky is twilight, and there just doesn't seem to be as many people as there was before. There's no fires, there's no smoke.
And Emrys notices none of this.
Where do you guys head in this eerily quiet
I need to find my
town?
husband.
We'll head towards our little base.
And as you guys do, you notice that there's some buildings that have been, smashed into, some stuff that's fallen over. It looks like there's been, like, a stampede. Of course, you guys remember the chaos you started, and the chaos that the ogres had started. And again, you see there's some people that look like they're waking up, but you don't see nearly as much people as there should be in a town, in a castle town this size. And as you make your way to your hideout, you see there's nothing there. There's no one in there. All the stuff is gone. And so you decide quickly to try and leave the town. And as you guys start making your way, you see just everything feels very wrong. And as you guys make your way out of the gate and step through, you feel a strange motion, and all of a sudden all you can see are woods in front of you. There was a path in front of you, but now suddenly you're, like, in the woods. Where the fuck are we?
I'm gonna roll perception.
Roll for perception.
I'll roll perception too.
7.
1.
You have no idea where the hell you are.
Yep.
And it seems you guys might be lost for a long time. This ends the prologue for Emrys and Iron Mesh.
God damn it.
Husband. Where's my husband?
Dead.
You gotta admit who she just asked that question to there. I'm sorry, but it is our, evil spawn over here.
A ray of
He's looking
fucking
for you right
sunshine.
now.
Not my fault, I'm evil spawn. Never said it was.
My husband.
It's her fault for asking you, though. And his fault for asking you.
Alright. Barakas. It is silent. Well, it's nearly silent. There's soft whispers. Then again, there's always been soft whispers around you. Soft little voices asking you to go deeper into the ruins as always. To go to the pit. Oh, the pit that always whispers quietly to you. Please don't. It's okay. Just come. Just come to me. Just go down. It's okay. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you. You hear those whispers. But then you also hear another sound. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. the sun and the moon are coming. The sun and the moon are finally going to be here, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. You hear, it seems to be a rather excited squirrel, and like your eyes kind of like open, and like, and there it is, sitting in your window. Oh my god, it's almost time. It's almost time. Nowhere. It's time. The sun and the moon are coming, and you're gonna go, and you're gonna see them, right? And this little squirrel just kind of stares at you. Yes. You're gonna go see the sun and moon, right? You said that you would. You're gonna go see the sun and the moon. You're gonna go to the town. You're gonna go to the town. It's gonna be awesome.
First off, who gave you coffee, you little shit?
I'm so excited. It's gonna be amazing.
And second, what's so important about the sun and the moon?
But they're finally here. They're gonna show up. And it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be amazing. And oh my god, no! And you see your mentor pick up the squirrel and throw it out the window.
Thank you.
The older dryad, she just kind of looks over at you. She looks like she hasn't slept all night. Poor woman. She just kind of looks at you, Baracus. I'm gonna need you to go to the town and figure out what the animals are saying about the sun and the moon. They won't shut up. This is the fourth squirrel. It is getting louder and louder every day. Do not worry about the pit. I will take care of that for today. Please, just make your way into town. And then come back and tell these little fuckers what the hell is going on. We have more important stuff to worry about here.
Yes, that's what we do.
Don't dawdle too long.
You know me, I won't.
And so you head off, away from your ruins, away from the Whispering Pit. No, come back. Please come back. Don't go away. Oh, we don't like the other one. We don't like the dragon. No, come back. You talk to us. Sometimes. And the whispers fade as you begin to walk through the forest. But yeah, you begin to walk quietly through the forest, and you notice there seems to be an increase in foot traffic throughout the woods as you spy in the distance.
What kind of traffic?
It just seems that there's a road not too far away from you, and it seems to be completely busy. It's pretty early morning, but it seems like a lot of supplies are being sent towards the castle town, and it looks like there's a lot of excited townspeople, maybe some nobles walking or driving down that road headed towards Hurbst Castle City. The castle town. Do you want to walk along the road, or do you decide to stick towards the forest?
I stick on the edge of forest.
And as you're walking through the forest, I want you to make a perception check.
A natural 20.
Natural 20. You catch a glimmer of red in the distance, and you know that it is another druid who lives in the same forest as you. She seems to live in the south. You notice her and her human husband walking with her. You make eye contact with them. They nod towards you.
I nod back.
Yeah, basic druid greeting, just quick hello, and you continue on towards the city. The city gates are coming into view, and you step out of the forest. Do you have a cloak or anything that you want to
Yes,
pull
I'm
over?
wearing a cloak with the hood up.
Yeah, cloak with the hood up, you head into town, just trying to stick your best off to the sides, I presume. And I want you to make a perception check. Another one, please.
19.
19. As you begin to walk around, you notice there seems to be banners around, emblazoned with a symbol of the sun and the moon. And you hear the excited people chattering about how the queen is finally going to show off her children. And apparently it sounds like they're the next incarnations of the sun and the moon. And you think back to the annoying squirrel. It's like, oh, right. Some god bullshit. But even though you are a hermit who lives alone in the forest and is as regarded as some kind of demon that would beat children, naughty children, if they go into the forest thing, unless you don't even really know how you got that. Well, I mean, you know. Then again, like, you kind of remember. I mean, some mother bringing their naughty child up to your ruins and all that, and just being like, I'll just leave you here, then the demons will come and eat you, and then you making an appearance, children screaming, people crying, you pulling out your whip. Interesting times. Maybe it's not so good for you to stay in the city. You begin to think about that, but as you turn around, you start to hear music playing in, like, the distance. And then you look up and you think you see there's a Goliath having a seizure in the middle of town square. Quite possibly. And then you see a couple people are tripping, and then you just decide, no, you're going to avoid all of that.
Yes.
And as you begin to turn around and you want to make your way out of the town, you get bumped by someone. You see there's like a small gnome kind of like bumps into you. I want you to make a perception check.
A natural 20. I should stop using that die.
Yeah, he bumps into you, and as he does, you see he's kind of like trying to feel really quick to see if you have like a purse or anything. And as he reaches out, you don't have a purse, and you feel a tiny hand gently, stroke. Well, we'll leave that to the imagination. And the gnome just kind of like pauses for a moment looking at you, and then he just continues to run off. And as you like stare at this gnome, you see an elf, a male elf, go running past, and then along with it seems to be an older female tiefling. For a brief moment, your eyes make contact, and she just continues to run past you. You kind of sigh. You just want to go home. You just got felt up by a gnome. Today is not very good. And as you
felt like a baby's hands.
Just awful, does absolutely nothing for you. And as you turn around, you begin to hear people screaming from like the town square. You begin to hear people screaming from the town square. And you see a giant ogre appear at the city gates in front of you, blocking your way to the forest.
I turn into a rat.
Yes, you do. You turn into a small little rat. And where do you begin to scurry?
I scurry to the nearest, darkest corner.
Yeah,
rat hole.
The little rat hole. You scurry quickly into the alley, just getting out of the way of the ogre, which seems to be carrying some kind of light. I want you to roll an Arcana check, please.
18.
18. It seems to be some kind of time magic. That seems very strange. And then you see the ogre throw this orb at a person walking by, and they are frozen mid-step.
That's not good.
No, it's not. And it's especially not good when another orb immediately appears in his hand again. And he's starting to throw things. Throw those magical time orbs at people. And people are scattering away. So you see some people are getting out of town. You notice there's the gnome, the elf, and the tiefling. Well, you see them running out of town. Well, actually, you see the tiefling grab the gnome by the scruff of his neck and start running out of town, screaming about how someone or something will be safe. And they just continue to run. What are you going to do? You hear people screaming in the distance. It seems you kind of hear like a loud sound. It seems like something's dropped and like in the building beside you. Maybe you smell smoke or something. It's absolute chaos going on now. What do you plan to do?
I continue to watch from a safer location.
You scurry a little bit further into the alley, and you can see at the end people again trying to escape the city and being frozen in mid-step, mid-scream, mid-fall, and anyone who's not hit safely making out of the city. And you notice the ogres aren't chasing them, but as you're staring, you hear stomping behind you, and you kind of look up. Everything is black. Squeak, squeak. That's the sound you make as suddenly your eyes are open. You're like, I'm gonna get smushed. No, there's no ogre in front of you. Why is it so dark? I want you to roll a perception check.
17.
It was the middle of the day before, but now it is twilight. You were just about to be smushed by an ogre. It was day, now it's twilight. That's really strange. Did you lose some time? You must have lost some time. You must have been hit by one of those bubbles. And you kind of change back now. You're suddenly just laying there in the middle of the alley. You slowly stand up and you begin to look around, and then you hear, like, soft crying. It sounds like maybe some other rats in the sewers around you in the alley. And they're whimpering, the sun and the moon are gone. It's gone, no one can leave. What's wrong? Something's wrong. You hear the concerned cries, and you make your way back to the city gate. What do?
I leave town, because I got the information I needed.
And as you begin to walk forward, you're suddenly in the forest. And you hear two people yelling just maybe about 30 feet in front of you about how they're lost and have no idea what the hell is going on.
Imbeciles. Why do they even bother coming to the forest?
Thus ends Barkas's prologue. Keo, you are standing alongside a battalion of your brothers. And in front of you is your creator, Geppetto. In front of you is Geppetto, dressed in, it seems, her best armor, because of course she is the captain of the guard. And she turns to you, Keo. Keo, I need you to be on your best behavior today. Today is the day, finally, where our festival is going on. The new heirs will go into town. Everyone will get a chance to meet them, while I ride out and go get the king and bring him back in time for the party. Whew. So I need you and your brothers to patrol the town, to patrol inside, and make sure everything goes perfectly. Do you got this?
Yes, Mama.
Yeah. Hildegard's gonna be here soon. She's gonna take you and tell you where you guys all need to go. But I need to get going. I'll be back soon. We're gonna do great today. And with that, Geppetto smiles at you and the rest of your metal brothers. You all salute as she heads outside to get onto her pony, her beautiful armored pony, and greet the king back. So, Keo, as you're standing there waiting for Hildegard to show up, you hear giggling in the distance. A small little child rounds the corner, bright red hair, just running around and skipping. You know her. That seems to be Gertrude, Hildegard's child. And she runs at you, arms wide open.
Before she gets close, I kneel down
And she jumps right into your arms, big smile on her face. Keo, today's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. Everyone gets to meet the prince and the princess. It's gonna be great. And we're gonna have a party. It's gonna be so cool. And the king's coming back. It's gonna be amazing. And she lets go of you and she's bouncing around you, super excited. Just having the time of her life. And you hear in the distance her mother calling out for Gertrude to come back. and the High Priestess Hildegard approaches you.
We stand at attention.
She smiles sweetly at you, Keo. Keo! It's time. I need you to follow me. We got to greet some of the people at the gate. They're bringing in the supplies for the party, so I need you and some of your brothers to come with me. And then afterwards, we'll come back up here and help with the queen and getting the children ready. All right, so let's head down into the town square.
I turn and I communicate with my brothers. Gerald, Jared, Guthrie, and Svetlan. Come with me. The rest of you, protect the queen.
They all nod in unison and head back in towards the castle as they stomp away happily to take up their post. And you and your brothers, definitely brothers? Gender is an illusion, so it doesn't matter. You and your siblings.
It's all about the shoulders.
All about the shoulders. You march your way down into the city square. It's pretty early morning. Some people, they're wandering around. There's people calling out, fresh bread, fruit, and all that. And it seems to be a wonderful day.
We take the position, the figure 6.
Figure 6, all right.
So basically, figure 5. I'm in the middle. My 2 brothers on either side.
Yep, they're on either side, and Hildegard is safely standing in the middle behind you. A little embarrassed smile on her face. She doesn't think she needs the 5 armored guards, but it's a festival. There's all sorts of people around. You never know.
Unsavory small people.
Oh, interesting.
I want to roll perception to see if I can notice any misbegotten deeds.
You roll for perception, please.
I got a 19 plus with the 23.
23. Everything seems to be fine right now. In fact, it looks like there's actually seems to be like a bard and his group are slowly making their way into the town, into the middle of the town square. You notice that. But there's also other groups of, bards and such, and music begins to play. People are happy. There's some maypoles set up, and you see some children with their ribbons running around. Things seems to be going well. And Hildegard takes you towards the main gates and off. Sorry, yeah, no, you're heading down towards the east where it seems like a lot of the supplies are being run through. And as you get there, you hear some people yelling, and it's like, Bartholomew, no! It's like we gotta wait for more people to get the stuff off the cart. And then of course you assume Bartholomew, damn it, no, Dawn! We can take it over ourselves, we don't need to wait for anyone. And did you just continue to hear, the bickering? It's like, this is why we need to wait for the people to get here. It's gonna smash everywhere. It's gonna ruin the party and all this. And I just can't talk to you right now.
I roll persuasion to quell the fighting.
All right, you and your brother step up towards the bickering couple there.
Okay, so 18 plus 5.
18, yeah. You step forward with your brothers. It's a pretty intimidating presence. The couple, they kind of look up at you.
Please, cease your fighting, for this is not a day of bickering. This is a day of celebration. We have come to aid you.
Thank you! And the pouty one is like, fine. Yes, sorry, thank you. Please help us take the rest of this stuff off the carts, all the food and some supplies for tonight.
How many boxes are on the carts?
There's about 7 inside of one. There's about 4 carts. Each got 7 boxes.
Me and my brothers distribute, and we pick up the boxes with ease, and we carry them in.
I'd like you to make an acrobatics / and a strength check.
All right, pink acrobatics, blue strength.
Okay.
18 and 2. So strength being my 18, and 2 being my acrobatics. Plus acrobatics, just so that would be a solid 4.
You and your brothers, pick up like a crate in each hand without any problems.
It's getting from point A to point B, that's the bitch.
The issue is you just grab, you grabbed all of them and you all move in unison, but it's kind of a really short, not short, but smaller area, and so as all of you turn and pick up these boxes, you guys kind of knock into each other, and maybe there's some stuff falling now! You hear Hildegard kind of screech in the background, oh my god, no, no, no!
Roll to catch.
Yeah.
19.
You manage to catch your balance, just as like you feel like there's like another like little force. Hildegard is standing there, just kind of like okay. She's just kind of holding a box, helping you hold the box. All right, slowly, Keo, you and me will move one at a time. You're in unison, things cool, but just hold on. And she begins to direct you slowly, all of you, to bringing stuff onto the next point where the supplies need to go. And as that continues on, the rest of your morning is basically filled with that. You start heading, back through the square, and you see, like, of course, like, the bards are there. The biggest one, though, is there apparently this, like, Goliath that seems to be really into her dancing, like, hardcore. There's limbs going up. You see her do, like, a backflip, and you're like, really impressed, but you have more matters to attend to right now. You need to go back to the castle now and wait for the arrival of the king. Right, you have to go to the queen, help the tiny prince and princess. Yes, those are the only things on your mind, and your siblings as well, as you make your way back up to the castle. And I'd like you to roll a perception check, please.
You got 19.
19. As you're heading back up there, you kind of hear screaming in the distance. Like, not like the fun laughter.
Persuasion to see where the disturbance is coming. Perception. Paladin. Or perception.
I just had you roll a perception check.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. Like, and you hear, like, the screaming in the distance. It wasn't like the playful laughter and screams of a town celebrating before. No, as you turn back,
I stop. I just turn.
You see people scattering in the town square as the Goliath throws down like a bottle. It looks like the Goliath is throwing something. People are beginning to scatter, and so from there, like you notice that, and you want to turn around, but then you actually notice, well, there's people scattering away from there towards the main gates. You see people running more towards the town, and you see figures walking into town, already in the middle.
I quickly yell to one of my brothers,
Jethro.
I turn to Jethro. Quick, go alarm the other guards. Protect the royal family. And tell the guards that something is amiss.
And as you're saying that, you hear heavy footsteps.
I turn and get ready for battle.
You turn and there's an ogre in front of you. Hildegard quickly places her hand on you, and you feel a cool winter breeze flow through you. And she tells you, hold this position, do not let them get any closer towards the castle, and she begins to run as fast as she can the rest of the way.
Alright, I take my halberd and I initiate combat with the ogre.
Alright. I want you to just... First, I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, this way. So, 13.
13, you just managed to dodge out of the way as Hildegard begins to run. You just managed to dodge out of the way of a strange white orb. It just lands at your feet, and it feels rather strange. I want you to make an Arcana check, real quick.
8. Yep. 18.
18?
Yeah. I rolled a 16. +2.
It seems like it's some kind of time magic. It feels wrong and distorted.
I go for the hand that the ogre's hand that is going for it, like charging.
Okay, yeah. I want
With
you
my
to roll.
halberd, I slash.
Okay, yeah. I want you to roll to see if you hit it.
17 plus 2, so 19.
Yeah, you quickly dash forward and you stab at the ogre's hand. And it drops the orb. And as that happens, everything goes black.
Am I frozen with the ogre in mid-combat?
That is the thought that crosses your mind. As you swing your halberd out and nothing is standing in front of you.
Halberd has a reach.
It doesn't.
Okay.
What happened? Magic.
I exploded it. Oh god, I exploded it!
By the blue fairy's grace, you exploded it! And I want you to make a dexterity saving throw. At disadvantage.
Oh. 7.
You fall down to your knees. And you take a few deep breaths, and I want you to roll a perception check.
Disadvantage or advantage? Or
Just regular.
18.
18. You look up and around, and you see the city before, where there was ogres seemingly all around the city, and people panicking. You see a rather small, not small, just less people than there has ever been in the city before. You've patrolled it many times. There should be a lot more people here. And also, you realize it was the middle of the day before. It was just after lunch. But now the sun is no longer in the sky. It is actually a lot darker out. It seems that you're stuck at twilight.
I want to roll for investigation. I want to ask these people if they're okay and what the last thing they remember is.
There's no one around you right now. You had just left the town. You were on your way back into the castle. You need to go into town.
I'm going into town. And then I want to do the investigation.
Okay. You make your way into town. And you see like a woman and her child. They look absolutely panicked.
I go to them and I want to roll for... what would be a good roll to calm them down?
Persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion. No. Wait. I roll with whopping 8.
Your legs are still kind of messed up a little bit, and you stomp towards this poor woman and child, and they look at you in a moment of panic. What's going on? What happened? Where is everyone? What were those ogres? What's happening? Where is everyone? Where is my husband?
I place my hand upon her shoulder. Just breathe. Everything will be alright. By the grace of the light, we will be okay.
What's happening at the castle?
I will find out. But I need you to calm down. Think of your baby and just calm breaths.
She clutches her child. She kind of sits on the ground, clutching her child to her chest, just panicking. And where do you head?
After making sure that they're okay, I make my way to the castle.
And as you do, you notice a lot of your brothers smashed to pieces on the ground. Almost all of them. There doesn't seem to be any of them left, really. You see one torso seems to be kind of twitching.
I run to the torso. I lift him up. Gustava, stay with me.
It was her. She came back. And his voice dies out.
Gustava!
And as you scream that, you hear footsteps.
I quickly turn.
And you see your king is standing there in the hall, looking at you, pale and crying. They're gone. The children are gone.
I lay Gustava down, go up to my king. I don't know what foul magic has brought me here, but I swear I will not stop until your children are back.
He looks you in the eyes. Why did you let this happen? And thus ends Kyo's prologue.
Gustava!
I was wondering how many more names she's gonna come up with there. I guess she's got like 36, you said?
35, including me. Gustava was the smallest. By a hair of a fraction.
Every single
She
name
almost
was
ran out of-
better than the last.
She almost ran out of ingredients.
Gustava.
Anywho.
Alright,
Oh dear lord.
so
Crap, I
Scarlet,
realized it.
it is your turn now.
AKA Red.
Scarlet, you're lying in bed right now. You hear the soft chirping of birds. The sun is coming. The moon is coming. It's wonderful. And you're just kind of laying there, just like a smile on your face. You kind of roll over into a bunch of fur. You feel, and you kind of open your eyes, and there's a giant wolf lying beside you in bed. His tail is kind of like over you and everything. You boop his snoot. What's happening? What's happening? What's going
You're
on?
a wolf again.
Oh, goddamn moon. Goddamn moon.
Don't blame the moon for your own silliness.
But it's coming to visit. The birds won't stop talking about it. It's been days. The moon's coming. I can't control my transforming, when the moon's coming like this. Or the sun, or whatever. It's all messed
The
up.
sun's up to try and change back.
You see the wolf kind of roll over, and it falls off the bed. And up stands Wolfram, your naked husband, just kind of looking at you. You kind of see a shred of shorts on his foot. Yeah, you remember, he went to bed with clothes on last night. You just kind of think to yourself, another pair of pants that I have to fix. They don't look like they'll be able to be fixed.
So, your next set of clothes are going to be made out of grass and branches, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Can't control it. Like I said. And again, you hear the birds. Now that you're awake, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming! An owl flies into your bedroom, and it's hooting happily at you. The sun and the moon are coming today!
I know I've talked to about privacy before.
I'm sorry, but it's finally here. You need to go now. Now that the sun is awake, you have to go and greet him. You have to let us know what's going on in the castle. Please.
Yeah, Wolfram, you're going to make me go, aren't you?
Yep, gotta go meet the people. And he's just kind of like stretching, kind of on purpose.
You know I hate the people, and quit trying to distract me.
I don't know what you're talking about. He kind of like flexes.
Water.
Oh, that's so cold. Why'd you do this to me? Why'd you do this?
You're too hot, you need to cool off.
He dramatically exits the room, off to find some semblance of clothing that haven't been ripped apart yet by his many transformations in the last few weeks. Unable to control it, because apparently the moon is now nearby.
We could move farther away from it.
I don't think that would help. I mean, there's the moon on one side of the world, now apparently there's one on this side.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be all... Never mind.
You know what I mean. And he steps out. He's managed to find a nice pair of pants. It only has about 5 patches on it.
You rip those pair, and so help me, you're wearing a loincloth for the next 3 weeks.
Who are you really punishing here, me or yourself?
You. So I'll enjoy it. You won't. Those things chafe as far as I'm told.
Yeah, That's what happens when you got some nice thighs. And he, like, just kind of, like, moonwalks out of the room. I'll be waiting for you outside, sweetie. Slowly moonwalking out of your small little shack. Just kind of, like, nods towards the owl that swoops out of the room. Do you get ready to head out towards town?
Not gonna have a choice.
You're right, Wolfram and the owl won't let you go.
And since the owl keeps forgetting to stay out of the bedroom.
I like it there. It's nice. Things happen there.
Mm.
It's weird to hear an owl giggle, by the way. It's very strange.
Well, it's better than the time we made the flowers laugh. Never explaining that one to him. Getting clothes on and finding her usual robe, the red one.
And, you know, you mentioned flowers, and as you step out, the soft wildflowers in your little garden whisper, please tell the sun we love him. You too? We love him so much. There's like a sunflower. Dear God, yes! Yeah, you let him know. And
Dial it
little
down,
leaf,
buddy, or I swear I'm picking you tomorrow.
a little leaf just kind of, it looks like it's curling up like a thumb. You can do it. Send him my love, sweetie.
Would you like me to give you as a gift instead?
Yes.
Sure. Pulls out a knife for cutting the stem.
No.
Just behave yourselves. Seriously, if I come back to a hut that's overgrown again,
We can't help it.
you
the
can
sun and the
too.
moon are here. It's
You can
crazy.
too. Aim for the trees.
It's weird to see a sunflower like fanning itself, but it totally is. I seem to have a case of the vapors. Be back soon, darling. Huh? Okay. The sunflower just looks kind of like up at the sky, just enjoying itself. And Wolfram is just staring at it with a big smile on his face. What are the flowers saying today?
You're just as annoying as you crazy animals. Let's go.
And you guys begin to slowly make your way to town. And as you do, you kind of feel like a presence, and you kind of look up in the distance, and you look up and you see nowhere. That's what the squirrels tend to call him. But nowhere. Another druid that seems to be in the northern half of the forest. He kind of nods towards you.
Nodding back.
Yeah, Wolfram nods back too. And you guys make your way onto the road where it seems to be a lot of the travelers are. Wolfram seems to enjoy company a little bit more than you, just every once in a while. He loves to live in the forest with you. It's a lot easier. Every once in a while, it's just nice to be around people. At least that's what he says.
Right, because, it's not like they believe any lies or anything anyone's ever told them.
No, not at all.
Right. There's nothing that could potentially get annoying about being around people.
And as you think that, you hear like a small gasp, and there's like a child in a cart looking down to you. I think it's Red.
Like pulling down over the eyes.
Hi, Red. Hi, just a really excited little boy. Hi. Wolfram just kind of smiles like, hey, hello there, little child, just quickly stepping in front of you. Hi there, little one. What's going on with you? You quickly kind of try to go ahead while Wolfram distracts the
See if I can do a prowl to
young
get away
boy
from the child's view.
stealth.
Yep. And I'm probably going to make it here, so yeah, that's an 18.
You quickly manage to get around. A quick thought crosses your mind. Why do I keep wearing the bright red cloak? Right, it's the best one.
And it's also, comfy. I like it.
It's wonderful. But you manage to quickly make your way through the people and to like the front, like to the entrance of the town, and quickly duck into an alley waiting for Wolfram to catch up with you, and you wait, and you hear like soft little whispers of rats around.
Don't say anything dirty today. Please don't say anything dirty.
So many people here today. I can't wait. There's gonna be so much shit and delicious stuff all over the place. There's this dude that threw up over here. It's gonna be great.
Enough!
This is the best time ever. Hi! This is the best day.
Do you want to become a drowned rat?
Drown and vomit.
Water.
I'm thirsty. And as you threaten, like, these rats, Wolfram comes to you, and he just quickly puts his arm around you. Oh, come on, sweetie, it's gonna be fine. Quit torturing the poor rats.
You can hear them too, you know.
Hey, vomit doesn't taste that bad if you're a rat. He just kind of, like, smiles at you.
I don't even want to know how you know that.
He gives you a quick kiss on the cheek and just smiles and leads you out towards the main square, and you see there seems to be a couple different bard groups going around. You see there's some kind of giant gray lady doing some kind of bird dance. She's doing an amazing chicken dance. Maybe it was a swan? Maybe.
Peacock?
Could be a
Shall we?
peacock. Could definitely be a peacock. Wolfram kind of smiles and he just kind of looks at you, just like, he kind of pulls it like a single copper. It's like, it's a pretty good swan dance. Yeah. He flicks you like a coin into a hat near some like elf man who's like happily playing some music. There seems to be a tiefling lady singing along near the beautiful peacock, just like doing their shit. And holy crap, they just did a backflip. And Wolfram's kind of like really excited with that. He just seems to enjoy the spectacle of festivals.
How can you be so social? I don't get it.
He turns around. Hey, I'm a pack creature.
A pack creature who for how long was, dressed in rags and twigs?
You gotta make do, sweetie. And I think I smell something great over in that direction. And he kind of like turns his head and is like, come on, let's go get something to eat. And he quickly drags you away over to some kind of stall with like some honey. It seems like it's like all natural honey over here. There's just like a small little man. He's like, hey, do you want some honey? Old Jeffers honey. It's waiting for you. Yeah. All natural. And as like you stare at this man, it's old Jeffers. He's kind of an old druid. Kind of. It's all natural, sweetie. You know it. Just ask the bees. And of course there's a small swarm of bees just around his stall. And they're just happily buzzing. It's all natural. It's all natural. All natural. All
He
natural.
didn't put anything of his special thing in it. Just say none of his specialties are in it.
I got the all natural honey, and then I have my special honey. Come on, try it. It'll cure what ails you.
We're
Big
leaving over
smile on his
now.
face.
No. I'm gonna, we're just gonna later.
You
No.
slowly push Wolfram away from the honey man, and he's just like staring a huge smile on his face, and he's like, "Come on, sweetie, you gotta give him props. I mean, of the one creature that he can speak to, I mean, you can make money off that."
You can make money off wolf pelts.
You wound me. You wound me in such a horrible way.
You love me for it. Keep moving.
And as you continue to make your way, you get bumped into by a small little child with red hair. She kind of like quickly looks up at you. Here's a smile on her face. Oh my god! You're red! I'm red too. She kind of quickly points to like her little hair and everything. And she smiles like brightly up at you. You're a hero. I want to be a hero one day too. When I get to be big, I want to protect the city, like how my family does. It'll be so much fun. It's gonna be great. And then like you hear like a man yelling in the distance. It's like, Gertrude, come back over here. It's like we're not done with the deliveries. I gotta get going. You should come to the castle for supper. I'll invite you.
Maybe.
It'd be so much fun. And she's happily like bouncing up and down and quickly skips her way on over to a rather not fancily, but a nice well-dressed man.
Okay, well, this is your fault. You know that, right?
Gotta make people believe in something.
Yeah, why?
Oh, come on, you're my hero.
You're still.
smiles brightly at you. And as you continue to walk through, going from like stall to stall, you start hearing people screaming in the distance, and then scatter! It seems to be the peacock lady is throwing beer bottles around now and telling people
We go
just
home now?
like run. And as you say that, you hear panicked squeaking. Oh my god, we're getting smooshed! We're gonna get smooshed! Some like rats are quickly running around, and I want you to make a perception check.
Plus my usual perception, right?
Yeah.
That would be a lot. That is like a 22? Yeah, 22, not natural, of course, but...
Alright, 22. You notice the people, of course, running away from like the main town, the town square, but then you also notice there's people, it seems, as you're glancing around in the alleys, it looks like on the other side streets and stuff, people are running away, and you see an ogre? That's an ogre, right? Step out from behind like a house and throw some kind of white orb at a man who's running away, and he's stopped in mid-step. Wolfram stands in front of you.
You already know what she's doing here. So 16 for Arcana. Because she is druid, you know that.
You feel a strange magic about that. It seems to be time magic, and this ogre's freezing people. That seems to be rather messed up.
It's like, we need to leave.
Yes.
Now?
We gotta go now. Yeah. Wolfram, he grabs your hand, and you two begin to run, and then you hear like some screaming in the distance, like just not too far away from you, and you notice this ogre towering over this man and his son. It doesn't look like he's about to throw the time magic at him so much as smush him with his other hand.
Alright. Rose whip, because she won't stop.
Rose whip, yeah, that's your
we're gonna-
cantrip, so yeah.
Yeah, that's our instant cantrip. I forget what I add to that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Auto hit? Oh, okay.
yeah, that one's an auto hit, so how much damage would that one do?
That's a d6. And you know her, going usually for a wrap.
Yeah.
And aiming for his hand, just throwing that in there. You see if you want me to roll for that. Well, that's a sucky arse one. One.
One
It's gonna hurt
damage,
him.
but you do manage to grab the hand that he's going to use to smash the poor man and his son,
Hopefully that stays attached.
and the ogre turns around towards you, and it's glaring down. It seems to be pretty pissed, and it's just kind of looking at you. So I think I could smash you. But as he's saying that, Wolfram is charging towards the ogre. Sword drawn out. Well, dagger. Short
Yeah,
sword,
short
kind
sword.
of, yeah.
Hunter, sword.
Drawn. And trying to fight off the ogre. And the father and the son begin to run off in the distance. And you hear strange footsteps behind you as 4 metal men flank behind you. You are the hero, Red. Yes. We shall take care of this creature. Go to the tower. They will let you in. Sound the alarm. We will fight it. And the 4 of them run forward to join with Wolfram. And you're left kind of standing there. And you kind of turn and you look and see there's like a clock tower with a bell in front of it, and you see there's another metal man waving towards you.
Probably takes one look to see if Wolfram's okay, and then heads up if he is.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. Plus my actual perception. Where the heck is it?
Bottom charisma.
Alright, so we're at about 15.
You do notice Wolfram seems to be fine, especially with the 4 metal men at his side wielding their halberds or quickly stabbing at the ogre. The rogue ogre. That seems to be yelling about wanting to smash them, but you run towards the tower as fast as you can.
Okay.
And the metal man quickly kicks the door open for you once you're inside. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw as you begin to run up the stairs.
Okay. Plus my dexterity here, right?
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
it's the saving throw. It's at the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. But that's just my dex mod, really. So that's a very weak roll. 15.
You managed to make it up the stairs.
Oh.
You slip down down a couple steps, but you managed
The foot misses.
to get yourself up. Your foot's a little bit sore, but you'll be fine. And you see the bell, and I want you actually to roll some strength for me.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
I'm probably the weakest physically strong. Yeah, 11. There is no way she's ringing this bell, so she's trying to figure out what the heck they sent her for.
You managed to make a couple weak bongs, but then suddenly you're like, Rose whip the bell! It suddenly clicks in your mind. And you grab the blue rose out of your hair, and as it turns into whip, you smash it into the bell, and then loud ringing throughout the town. And I want you to make a perception check.
Can I do passive? Would that work? Or just...
How much is your passive?
14.
14? You notice out of the corner of your eye, you see the 4 metal men get thrown across the sky, and you look back towards the ogre.
That would catch my attention.
And Wolfram is now standing between it and the father and son from before.
Tangle.
You entangle?
Entangle.
You manage to cast entangle, at the ogre's feet, and it begins, to slowly fall forward towards Wolfram, and he turns around, and as that's happening, a quick thought goes through your mind, God damn it, he's gonna be wearing a loincloth forever, as he transforms back into a wolf, and he's facing, the father and son, and the father kind of dashes forward and throws the child onto the wolf's back, and then you see Wolfram start to run out of the town. What are you going to do?
Probably gonna try to get out myself next.
Yeah, I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's like we're opening a window.
I'm sorry, you're jumping out the window?
Yeah, she's got the rose whip already out.
Yeah, sure, jump down the
Okay.
window. I want you just to make a dexterity,
It's
yeah.
still be a dex. It's gonna hurt regardless,
Yeah.
for sure. That's only an 11, so this is gonna hurt, but at least 10's enough not to kill me.
You manage to repel with your whip, but you land pretty hard, and especially on that foot that kind of hurts, you fall over. And as you fall over, you feel some footsteps walking towards you. You look up, and there's another ogre standing there with the time magic, and things go black.
Damn. Should have dodge. Roll dodge would have been lovely.
And that thought goes through your mind. Rolling out of the way would have been lovely, as you think, gotta do that. I want you to
roll and do it.
I want you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, you want me to actually make an acrobatics check? Okay. Red's not doing too good here. Yeah, that would have been a 10, so it would have probably just, flopped.
Yeah, you do. You kind of quickly stand up and flop over, and then you realize you look ridiculous because there's no ogre standing in front of you. And you're just kind of looking around, just kind of standing, trying to stand up on your definitely sprained ankle, looking around at the city, and you see just a few people there, and you actually see, it looks like there's a fallen over ogre corpse just kind of laying there over where Wolfram was with the father and son. But you also, I want you to make a perception check. Actually, no.
Passive is 14. Do you really want me to do a check?
You don't even need to do that. Because you hear soft screeching.
Soft?
They're rats. And there's also buzzing as well. But what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? Where did they go? Why are they gone? They're gone. Why are they gone? The sun and the moon are gone. And yeah, it seems the sun and the moon are gone. They're not in the sky right now. It was day a moment ago, but now it seems to be twilight. No, it can't be twilight. Twilight wasn't for another 5 hours. Day, night is... When is night? When is night? No, you've never had that problem before. When is night? The animals around you are screaming. Sun and the moon are gone. The people around you are crying. Wolfram isn't there. It's the moon. It should be night soon, but it's not gonna be night. It's not gonna be day soon either.
First attempt, blocking out the screaming that is not of the vocal.
I want you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh, brother. Well, at least I got jump boosts for that. Alright, so wisdom. And that's 6 plus 8. And that is 14.
14. You seem to be a little bit fuzzy as to what's going on, and you just kind of realize you're wandering aimlessly, kind of out of the town, kind of around the castle, kind of towards where some woods are. You always like that about the king, how you decided to keep a nice chunk of woods behind the castle. It always felt a little bit nicer and more natural, and you find yourself walking through there and just continue to go, and you can hear the birds and the creatures and the plants screaming. The sun and the moon are gone. What's happening? I want you to make another wisdom saving throw. At disadvantage this time.
Oh, trust me, this ain't gonna be good. It's technically at 8 before you add in the words disadvantage.
Yeah, and you continue to go, and you almost feel like you're lost, but that's impossible. You can't get lost. And you just continue to wander, and then there's just the loud screaming, and then you hear people screaming. And you just keep going and walking deeper and deeper into the forest. And then you take one more step, and suddenly you're standing at the main gates of town. You turn around and the road out of town is there, but you were just in the woods, and I want you to make one last wisdom saving throw.
Oh, really good. We got like a 25?
You've managed to calm down. You hear a couple squeaks around, and there's a little less grass here to scream. But you're looking up, and it's not going to be day. It's not going to be night. You don't know when. You don't know why. But it seems everything has stopped moving. And thus ends Red's prologue.
It's not gonna go well.
No, it's not.
No, not for it. No.
And this ends the prologue episode of Chits with Crits. Thanks for listening. Goodbye, people.
Who's trying to pretend to be me?
All of them.
Oh my god.